Bum, 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum, 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 bum. I like this gesture, by the way. And there's a reason I'm doing this gesture. I'm kind of at a crossroads in my life, especially with regard to my art career. This is how I've been feeling as of late. To give you an idea of what this means, I'm really at a crossroads. I started a job at Central Arizona College, and earlier today I had a meeting with one of my colleagues who I don't know if she just has this alpha attitude. She was talking over me, and I didn't let that eat into me. I reminded myself that I don't need them; they need me. I kept reminding myself that. But part of the reason that is true is because of my art projects, of course, and my art projects are killing me as of late. And so it's a weird feeling, but it felt really good. I was at the meeting with my colleague. She was talking over me, and I reminded myself of how much the rest of the team needs me rather than the other way around. And that's what got me through the discussion. I ended up getting some great stuff out of that discussion, and I got another 50 pounds of bismuth on the way, and I'm already dreading. I look at the tracking and I almost pray that it gets delayed because it gets here and I can't resist doing stuff, and it's killing me already. It's just such a weird feeling. Anyway, I had a good walk today, and I had a dream last night that I was doing really well with my art career, and I was ordering hundreds of tons of bismuth in one go, and I was a little surprised that the order actually went through. I would have thought that was a sizable amount of bismuth. We only mine 10,000 tons of bismuth every year, right? I wonder. I really wonder what happens if you go to Bolton Metals and order 100 tons of bismuth. Right? I really wonder what happens. It's not even a whole lot of money, right? And it might take them some time to fulfill it, and they probably won't give you the same good price. By that time, the price will probably go up a lot, I would imagine. But I had a dream that I ordered 100 tons of bismuth, and I was eagerly awaiting to pour a really big Buddha, and that was that. And then I woke up and remembered that it comes with its own set of challenges. One of the biggest headaches of any of these art shows is the logistics of bringing tons and tons of bismuth to the show itself, right? Usually dealing with the customers is not that hard, right? Usually the artist, it's fun to do. I mean, yeah, there are times when I burn myself. I still have a couple. These two burn marks here are kind of interesting. What had happened was I was rushed. I had ordered 50 pounds of bismuth. They come in these 10-pound squares. I had this pot here that was full of molten bismuth. I was just about to put that 10-pound bar into the pot, but I misjudged how high the liquid bismuth was, and it was just about to burn my hand, so I dropped it. Liquid bismuth splattered up, and then some of it landed on my arm, and that's what these two marks are. And so, where else have I been burned? Uh, Fortunately, but my burns have healed really quickly as of late, and so this is really excited. Burns, and then sometimes I work with other metals that. Uh, I actually went to the coin dealer today to find out what in the world I got poisoned with. I wasn't poisoned. It actually was tin and bismuth, as I had expected. The only thing I can think of is tin does have hallucinogenic effects like that, but I don't think I would have come into contact with that much tin. I mean, I was melting it and at best touching it, so I don't know. But I'll have to be careful with that if I do it again. I'll stick with bismuth for now. It's more fun. It's cheaper anyway. I just got carried away because I was shopping on uh, Etsy, and this guy just had a bunch of bars left over from a different project, and he had nothing to do with them, and so he gave me a good price on it. Uh, anyway, I I had a situation today at work that reminded me why I need my art projects, but at the same time, my art projects are killing me. I'm not eating right, and the eating disorder itself is compromising my work overall. So it's just a weird conundrum. Right? It just goes to show that our resources are very limited, and so we're constantly making trade-offs, and just right. So please continue to pray for me. I've been feeling like this as of late. I wonder if YouTube has an emoji for this. Right. So, uh, but good. The good news is that usually most of my dreams that I have at night eventually come to pass. I talked about earlier today my first one that I ever dreamed. I was 8 years old. I dreamt that we had gone to a restroom in a Kmart, and a couple days later, my family and I actually did do that. And I dreamt that I predicted COVID-19. I predicted negative oil prices. I've had dreams of getting in trouble at work, and later on it comes to pass. I get really nervous when I dream any of those things nowadays. I had a dream that an ex-girlfriend had sued me for one of my art pieces, saying that it was her inspiration, and I gave it to her without it going to court. But it just goes to show how much drama I get into with some of my associates, right? And then last night I dreamt that I made $1 million on bismuth, and I naively thought I could just order tons and tons of bismuth. And I don't know, I didn't. The dream ended before I got to see if the order went through or not. But that's the problem. So who knows? I dreamt that Peter Schiff had recorded a video. Silver prices had gone to $60,000 an ounce, and Peter Schiff had recorded a video where he was bragging about how he had been right all along and all that. And so I've had other dreams. I get really excited when, as you guys know, I haven't taken an overseas vacation for 6 years now. So I get really excited when I dream about going on vacation because, again, most of my dreams eventually come to pass. Some of them take months and years, but eventually they all come to pass for some reason. Unfortunately, I got to be careful. If I go back to Poland, I got to be careful because I'm a big fan of Polish idol Ewelina Falenta. And she and I are Facebook friends, actually, believe it or not. I got to be careful about visiting her, though, because I had a bad dream. I don't know if it was a good dream or a bad dream involving her. What had happened was in 2022, I had made a resolution to quit masturbating, and eventually I went 60 some days, if I remember correctly. Unfortunately, on day 40, I had a very interesting wet dream. I dreamt that I had gone to visit Ewelina Falenta in Poland, and it had been years and years since I had quit masturbating. And so today could be a good day for them because in the dream it happened, although I haven't been off masturbating all this time, obviously. I've cut back on it, but not off of it. In the dream, it had been years and years since I quit masturbating. And as a result, I ended up getting her pregnant with 10 babies at one time because I had saved up all this sperm. Right? I don't know if that's how it works. But anyway, she ended up being pregnant with 10 babies. And I was pushing her around in a wheelchair. But in the dream, it seemed like we were both happy about it. I wasn't worried about it. I wasn't upset about it. I didn't regret it or anything. So it's hard to say if that was a good or a bad dream, right? So I'll have to be careful if I get to see her. I've been chatting with her on Facebook, and it sounds like we are going to meet up. So I don't know what to make of that dream anymore. But the good news is not all of my dreams perfectly align, right? They sometimes only rhyme. So when I predicted oil prices went negative, in my dream it was actually silver prices that went negative. In reality, it was oil. I only got the negative part right. And so, and in the dream about my ex-girlfriend running away from me because there was an infectious disease, I dreamt that she was specific to me, right? I didn't dream it was a pandemic, right? And so sometimes my dreams only rhyme. They don't always exactly line up. So maybe I'll go see her, and maybe it's not I'll get her pregnant with 10 babies. Maybe it's I'll give her an inspiration to write 10 songs, right? It could be that instead, right? That's fine then, right? All right, please continue to pray for me by leaving a dislike on this video. This is the Peter Dislike Show. Bum, 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum, 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. The Paid or Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. The Paid or Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum.